Let's just take a minute and enjoy this foreboding, forlorn music. The ivories, the strings, yearning, wanting more crows. This is A Quiver of Crows. This is a twin stick shoot 'em up. Welcome to our first look. Let's take a look at the options real quick. Not too many to speak of. Credits. So this is available on Steam for $14.99. Has full controller support, which is what I'm using. It's a recommended control scheme. I mean, it's a twin stick shooter, so you gotta have twin sticks to play a twin stick shooter. And you can actually customize them if you want, which is something a lot of AAA games don't even support. Same thing with keyboard. Alright, so I'm just going to start a new game and we'll explore what this game is together. So this is me. I'm a crow. I don't even have any power-ups yet. I can't even shoot. I'll grab this and we'll continue on. This is broken up into levels. It's not like a arena twin stick shooter or anything like that. And you play as this little crow guy, and you go around killing enemies. So we'll get to those in a bit. And you also free other crows in order to unlock the end of the level. So this is the basic enemy here, and I don't even know what the hell these things are. They look friggin' weird. They almost remind me of the Langoliers, if you've seen that old sci-fi miniseries. It's by Stephen King. They kind of remind me a little bit of that, just in their design. They're very bizarre. And as you see, when I'm shooting them, they just kind of fall out of the sky. There's nothing really satisfying about hitting them. That's kind of one of the complaints I have, is that just the act of shooting and killing these things isn't very fun. You know, when you think of other twin stick shooters, like, you know, famously Geometry Wars, and I played a few of these over the years, you know, there's usually some sort of, you know, satisfying death animation or some sort of cool sound effect that symbolizes, hey, you know, you killed something and it's awesome. 'Cause that's what all these games are about, is just taking out tons and tons of enemies. This game doesn't really satisfy that need for me that I need out of a twin stick shooter. The animations are very simple. I like the art style. The art styles, I think, is really well done, with the background kind of like moving as you're moving through the level. But the animation's very stiff, not very well animated, not a lot of detail there. And yeah, the primary weapon here, which you do upgrade your weapons as you go along. We'll pick up some of those. Just not very satisfying and punchy. You know, you just want to feel like you're kicking ass in these kinds of games, and this isn't really doing it for me. But it's not without its merit, that's for sure. I mean, it looks nice, and it's very difficult. If you're looking for a challenge, I recommend picking this game up, because it's going to provide you with a stiff challenge, that's for sure. And I'm not very good at it, but we'll get as far as we can. And the enemies do change as you progress through the levels. So far, after I've beaten each level, I've gotten some sort of upgrade. Now I've got this tri-shot, which, if you notice, is the exact same sound as the single shot. I think I can change my weapons here. Maybe not. Some of the weapons you can change. And then I'll also get a special weapon. And of course, you see my health up there in the top left-hand corner. When you get hit, you lose your weapon, and you need to get it back by killing enemies. I don't know where it went. These are bigger guys. Those guys are kind of a pain in the ass. But they look just like the other guys, except bigger. They behave similarly, too. They just come right at you, and you just shoot them. The tri-shot's definitely much better than the single shot, obviously. So you want to have that as often as possible. And then, yeah, you go around the level freeing these cages. There's a map. Map, especially in these early levels, not really too useful, but it can help you find, you know, maybe where you missed a bird cage or something like that. Ah, shit. Alright, I died. That's gonna happen a lot, talking and playing this game. Not exactly what you want to do. Not ideal situations, but I'm also not very good at the game, so not really much confidence there. And, you know, infinite enemy spawners, not fun. You know, I get what they're going for, make it as hard as possible and all that. But when you just have enemies coming at you from all directions, no sounds, they don't make any noise, so there's no, like, indication of what's coming up behind you. Something that these games usually have in them. You know, each enemy has a distinct sound, so you know, without even looking at it, that you're going to have to turn and take out a particular type of enemy. Ah, shit. Oops. Also, it defaults to quit when you die, which is kind of stupid. Just seems like a misprogramming there, that it should certainly default to continue instead of quit. Alright, we're gonna focus for a minute here and try to get through this. Shit, lost my weapon. Come on, where are you? There you are. And you lose them up in the clouds and you don't know if you've killed them. Man. I really think the reason why I have such a hard time with this game is because of the lack of feedback. There's no vibration in the controller. Like I said, the gun's very lackluster in terms of its sound and impact, and enemies don't die and like make any sound when they die, so that's your first super. That's just this throw feathers out. It's kind of like room clearing stuff. And now we got some enemies that shoot. These guys are as annoying as they appear. I don't notice them infinitely spawning though, at least not yet. Ah, man. So there is some health pickups right here. So you do have those periodically throughout the level. They're very sparse, but they do pop up every once in a while. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. I think they're scripted to be where they are. Like you don't get them from killing a bunch of enemies or something like that. So like that, I can't believe that I only got hit once there. It's just like really hard to tell like where the hitbox is and you know why sometimes you get hit and sometimes you don't. Oh, damn it. Alright, let's get through this. So there's only one crow in that level. Yeah, this is another upgrade. I think that at this point I can switch, right? Yeah, so now I could switch to this thing, which I think does more damage, and then this one, which is the spread shot. So whatever, you know, yeah, that definitely does more damage. So whatever you feel like is your best bet. I think I'm going to use this for a little while, see how it goes. I haven't gotten too much farther than this. To be honest, I'm not really too keen on this game. I think you've kind of figured out that from listening to me. I just wish there was a little bit more feedback to the player. I wish the animations were a little bit better. There's no story, as far as I could tell. You know, it just drops you right in. There is like leaderboards, so it must record your clear time. So you can see how you stack up to other people. It's pretty cool. None of that's populated yet. I imagine that's because I'm playing this before it's actually officially out, just the day before. So nothing too substantial. I haven't noticed any bugs. It's played perfectly well. Controller support seems to be on point. I don't feel like I'm getting cheated out of anything because I don't have good control over the over my bird here. Oh, alright. Well, I think that's gonna do it. I'll go through here. You can go through your stages that you've been to. And then there's co-op. I don't know if that's local co-op or... Oh, there we go. We got somebody who's filling in here. Ferdibird. Alright. I don't know if it's local co-op or co-op only over the internet. I'm not really sure. Then you can continue and start a new game. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff with the art, and the music's really nice. I really like that. But unfortunately, gameplay doesn't really do it for me. But, you know, you saw how it played, and I think I gave you a pretty good idea of what to expect from it. $15 on Steam. I don't know. In my opinion, there's probably better twin-stick shooters out there for $15, but if you like the aesthetic and, you know, addition of co-op is pretty cool, so maybe you're looking for a good co-op game. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw and heard, like and subscribe. Thanks.